Hello, I'll play by ear, fly by the seat of my pants. Well, I've been uploading quite a few videos where I rant about uh, the ukulele word, which is not a big topic for some people. It is, but I just see things from a different perspective. And I always recommend keeping an open mind when it comes to every bloody thing. So the first thing we have to cultivate our mind to keep it open, because if we don't let change the air, it becomes stuffy. It means basically have access to different opinions, and also for example, I'll give you an example. I'm reading this. I find it very interesting. This is Story of Philosophy. I studied philosophy when I was in school, but everything you do in school is like a chore. You don't like it. You don't like it. You don't like even Dante. You don't like the betrothed, the promised spouse. You don't like anything. All the Greek, ancient Greek, and then I discovered all in my middle age. Can I say in my middle age? Well, and this is a very good thing to watch. That it's a very simple book, but then you can watch also conferences on YouTube and whatever. I'm not speaking only on philosophy, and okay. Oh, I've been also shooting religion footholds. All this God stuff, for the most part, I uploaded video where I say is sheer nonsense. Not that I'm against the concept of God in itself, but we don't have to interpret our wishful thinking as reality. Okay, I would like to have an afterlife. I would like people who wronged me and made bad things in this world to be punished, maybe not for eternity as they say, but you have to claim exaggerated punishment because you cannot implement it for real in real life. Okay, so I think keep an open mind about watching things from another perspective. That means allow yourself to watch something that goes against the grain of what you believe or what you don't believe, or actually what you think after careful pondering. So I also watch videos made by uploaded by Christians, by devout religious people, and I find them not convincing at all. I watch what people say about Europe and therefore Europe, and I don't find them convincing at all. Maybe I don't want to be convinced, but at least I watch them. I watch what Russia says about the information war that America is waging against Russia prior maybe to a real hot war that is well, there is a war in Ukraine, let's speak out. And I found what they say rather convincing. Would I like Russia to be a major power instead of the United States? Not. I would like the United States to have the moral ground and the attitude and the behavior, the foreign politics, that I stand for them, because musically speaking, movies and everything, even the language I speak, is more American than Russian. But I see nowadays that America, as a the government, led by, usually you put forward something that looks different from the politics you want really to implement. They couldn't put a Bush 3 or another like Bush. They put Obama, the clean, the poster child of American politics. That is basically not a black American, because he hasn't a black American background. He's a first generation from Africa, so he's not the descendant of slaves. And it was more or less lived up to a certain age in a white, let's speak out, in a white milieu, among milieu, what do you pronounce, among white people. So I'm not a racist. I think even if you're black or half black and you were raised by white people and you lived among white people, basically the way you behave and what you do is white. I think. I don't think there's no biological stuff. I think they coexist, but I don't think we are dogs. I mean, dogs is more important. Some dogs are for hunting, some dogs are for are shepherds, but people not. I don't think so. So I think that well, he was a good speaker. He is, but Nobel Prize to Obama, come on, he should give it back. So when I attack some things like the United States and the ukulele, it's not because I dislike, because I expect more. I expect more from a country that was born just to be the opposite of central banking, of the financial things. They did that against the United Kingdom, England. They got free. And then they did the same thing. So there were separation between state and church, and no, you don't see that anymore in the Pledge of Allegiance. And really, America is going down the drain since September. Has been going down the drain since September 11th. That I still think is a false flag operation, like what has happened in Paris. Yes, people have these conspiracy theories, but do you know what this establishment does? It puts the truth that it cannot deny, because there's strong evidence against what happened. September 11th and Bin Laden and how he got killed, if he got killed, who he was, and they mixed with bullshit. So even if it's good, it's like food. You cannot eat food that is mixed with shit. They're doing this, so you don't know what the reality is. So that's why they allow a lot of stupid things on YouTube, and they don't download the truth, but people are not able to make an informed distinction, and basically because people are raised to be ignorant. That's why they don't stress a lot on critical thinking, and learning Latin and Greek puts you in a perspective how, because when you learn these humanities, you learn also philosophy and a lot of open. Yeah, let's speak out. Before Christianity, people were more open-minded. There was an upsurge of critical thinking that Christianity put down. And then everything that came back later, and always at odds with religion. So we are not, they don't teach us how to judge. They don't give us the means to be good citizens. They want us to be stupid people, to maybe spend their time playing the ukulele, strumming away stupid songs, and thinking that everything is so hunky-dory because, oh yes, I can afford a $50 instrument, and I'm happy. Oh, I can afford these portable devices, smartphone, whatever they are called, tablets, and people are just glued to them. And they make selfies, selfies, I can't even pronounce the name, and basically they are stupid people. Society, the way it is, our society need the masses to be stupid. The masses need to think that in Syria everything will be better if they get rid of this person who has been there for a long time. Is it a kind of a dictator? Yes, it is. In this country it is like this. In America they change the president, but basically the politics are always the same, policies are always the same. If you don't have a change of power from a I'm thinking Italian, right wing, left wing with differences, basically it's the same thing. It's not freedom. But that's the way it goes when most of the world is poor, you know, and you exploit. Because let's speak out, why is there a lot of tension? Because there's less real stuff in terms of resources, and the big owner resources is Russia, who doesn't need America, while in America, United States need Russia and the rest of the world, because its economy is based on basically on nothing, the dollar, and if they don't have the money to have this military power to impose their rules, to get the money to live well, not so many, but let's say to have people who are ridiculously rich. You need money to have the power that gives you the money, because you don't produce real products. Let's speak out. Look around you. How many objects and stuff you have? You don't live in America. That were made in America. What they really produce, tell you, is good movies, good TV shows, and they design maybe good instruments and good guitars and good music. Not enough to make this country as rich as it is. So they need big corporation to be in other countries, and they export whatever they export, which is nothing. They exploit other people's resources like gas and whatever on all their services. That's the one that want to make this ITT, I don't know, this kind of scam they're doing with Europe, because Europe is the last ultimate big market for them, and we are going to lose in this agreement, which is made behind the scenes, and they show us what a false picture of reality. See what's going on in Ukraine. The narrative is that Russia is invading Ukraine. Well, Russia is not doing this, not more than what America, United States did with Texas. It's the same fucking Texas story. It's the Alamo. But since the people who fought in Alamo were Americans, they're patriots. But people who fight in Donbass are the Russian-speaking people, standing their ground. You have a dictatorship. The system that was before was not perfect. Surely was pro-Russian. I don't think Russia is such a democratic country, and Putin is such a liberal. No. I never thought that. But these people, Russian, first of all, Russian didn't, surely there was involvement in terms of weapons or people crossing the border and fighting for them. If Russia wanted to fight the war against Ukraine, it would have fought and won in 2 weeks. Come on, Russia against Ukraine? They don't do it because Ukraine is not just Ukraine, and there are more NATO people fighting in Ukraine for the Ukrainian state than what Russians are doing in Ukraine. And speak out, these people who fight there are fighting for their own land to be free, to be Russian. Didn't happen before, because there was, obviously the government was pro-Russian, but even when the thing changed and they put some people, Nazi, clear Nazis in the government and they have to do with America. There are pictures of leaders of Svoboda, and see what Svoboda is, speaking with McCain or whatever. That's not the America that I like. I don't like America that deals with Nazis. Come on, you fought a war against Nazis, so there are good Nazis and bad Nazis. This is the same Nazis, Svoboda, they were for Hitler. So you fought a war with Hitler, no, against Hitler, with Hitler, okay, against Hitler. And a lot of people that I really admire those Americans who fought then for the good wars, not for the bad wars they're fighting now. And now you're going to, make allowances with those people. No. If there is a country now, in spite of all what you say, against that is not democratic, but that even if maybe what they say is not exactly what they do, but if I see the Russian channel, a lot of things they say, they make perfect sense and are more convincing than what I see on CNN and other stuff. There's a close link with media, with corporations and CIA and whatever. Even if they were with Russia, at least it's a counterbalance. So the problem is that we live in a false sense of security, like nothing happens. I'll tell you something. Until you have a fatal death, you were alive. So if sure, we should fight everywhere, every day, in order not to fight the final war that will be not fought by us. It will literally go over our heads in terms of atomic bombs. Do you really want in Ukraine one of the two parts to explode, to make explode? An atomic bomb. You see what happened with Chernobyl. Well, to be worse. You're not going to eat a lot of stuff, of vegetable and up the food chain, little by little, and it will be the end of the world as we know it, unless we go down the streets and say to our governments, even in Russia, we don't want this. I don't want to be in danger like you are, but you don't know it, because America is having a brinksmanship policies with Russia. Think they will never fight back. I'll tell you something, they fought back in every fucking war. Remember Napoleon? Remember Hitler? Why are you meddling with the Russians? They were not invading other countries, and well, in Afghanistan they did, I try to be fair, but recently they gave up their Soviet Union without nearly any bloodshed. Okay? So they stood their ground with Crimea. But we see what the American did in Burma. You will never give up your fleet like this. They wanted to be what they are. Okay? A major country like China. You have to deal, I'm speaking to America, with the fact their word changed. So you can accept it. And, be taken down a peg or two and accept it will not be that such a rich country with such a rich people, you have redistribute money in order for the poor to survive. But you avoid a final war, or the risk of final war. And the world will be a better place in time. And maybe you will deal with the fact that your economy should be based on real stuff, not selling the dollar, which is a piece of paper, and not even a piece of paper, something on a computer. And you have to really work for real, and not using your mind just to have these conspiracies to keep your power, like mafia, not based on real economy, but on pushing around other countries and trying to exploit them. Some people say I'm anti-American. I said before, I like the ukulele, I like America, I don't like the way things go now. Would I read Russian books? Well, I don't speak Russian, but even translated, yes. Of the 19th centuries, I think their best books, like Crime and Prejudice. A lot of music was very good, and I think in that century, Russia was overwhelmingly better than America. But in the 20th century, with jazz, blues, pop, rock, and movies, America was the leader in this kind of pop culture, and I can accept that. And I like what American. I live there. I like the people. Not everyone, but I mean, let's speak out. I don't like Germans. I think that I find them dry, not interesting people, not interesting now in this century. But I like Americans. Common American is pleasant person, outgoing, sometimes in your face. Some people are extremists, well, but not the majority. But really, I don't have anything against them. But when they touch many people touch American, it's not a religion. They treat American like a religion because they want to be this glue, because they don't find their identity. It's not the language, because English is spoken also in Canada and England and in many other countries. It's not race, it's not religion, it's just the place they live, and that they want to find, and they transformed like a religion to be American. Or even their values, on paper, are good, but the way they're applied, they don't apply them. So, Russia, well, I don't like so much language, I don't speak it. I don't like the fact that it sometimes is too linked with the Orthodox Church, but I like the fact that they have the guts to crush down this ISIS thing. And they're winning. They're showing, well, Americans didn't have the real political will to put an end to this bullshit called ISIS. Well, come on, with the weaponry that we have. If we don't give them the same things, we're gonna win hands down. And now they're doing it. What American is always saying against ISIS, and Russians are doing the dirty job that they don't want to do. Okay, that's a long video. That's it.